Day 1 Weekend League opens up. How did it go? Well, server disaster, as one would expect. We got everybody knocked off the servers at the exact same time earlier today, which is hilarious, but also not hilarious. The big boy SBCs came out. We got a really big boy SBC on the way. Plus, the Liga F Player of the Month winner has been announced, and it's not who we expected it was going to be. Plus, the market's dead, and thank God if we sold already. We've called the market really, really well so far the last week or so. I'm not playing Weekend League today because I didn't want to buy a team, and I knew it was going to drop today, and the market did go down quite a bit already. It's probably going to keep going down really until we get towards Sunday. There's actually a lot to get into in this video, so let's just begin with the Nico Williams, Lamine Yamal SBCs. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. And thanks for tuning in. I just uploaded my tactics as well. If you guys missed that, if you need some help, Weekend League I've heard has been a shit show so far. So if you need some help, hopefully my tactics can help you a little bit. And yeah, Yamal came out, Nico Williams came out. Yamal looks good. I think Lamine Yamal actually looks like he probably is going to be somewhat worth that price. It's still a lot. 70 composure, 65 stamina. That's not great, not gonna lie, but his stats themselves besides that do actually look very good. It's the play styles being technical great, finesse shot great, quick step great. He's got 3 great ones. That one I'm cool with. The Nico Williams one is expensive. It's like 500 and some K, 520 I believe, something like that, and it's a +1 shooting upgrade on his base card, but that's obviously gonna go up as he gets upgrades. It's just gonna be a little bit till he gets those upgrades. Actually, it's pretty expensive for the upgrade. I would just recommend getting the gold card honestly at this point, because fodder's tough to come by right now, and we have more SBCs on the way that you're probably gonna want, odds are. So I don't know, for me, I'm not gonna even worry about doing this one honestly. I'd recommend you not, but if you love Nico Williams, then of course, I mean, go for it. You also can't play him at left wing. You can't play him on the wing at all. It's only left mid inside 4++, which some of you play the 4-4-2, and that's really good, but if you play a winger formation, then you can't really use him on a roll, so that's also a bit disappointing there. And the evolution glitch is now fixed. EA rolled out an update for that. New Evo came out, and they did fix the glitch for it. Apparently, your stats are supposed to be fixed within the next week or so. That's what I believe the report is. So if you got glitched Evos at all, that should be fixed sometime soon. And also, we just saw what the card design looks like for this new evolution that's in the season. I'm level almost 11. I've done almost no objectives. I haven't even been really trying to get the season done, honestly. People are already, yes, at level 39. I know Morsi's got a Dama Traore. I'm actually surprised he was so slow on it. Morsi, you fell off. But then this evolution here, people actually, they have this, and here's what that card design looks like. It also says signature signings, which I think is strange, but it actually looks pretty cool. A purple card design like that. I like it myself. Does that make me a degenerate? It might, okay? But I actually like cosmetics like that. I've been into cosmetics in almost any game, so I'm just like into that stuff. But I don't know what the signature signings part looks like. I don't know if that's some sort of hint at a card design of some kind. I would doubt it. Maybe it's a glitch. Maybe it's not supposed to be signature signings. I don't know. I just can't ignore those replies. Good rating here. Van Dijk, great player. Great player. These are definitely not bots and very genuine people. Fortunately, Twitter is not the place that it once was. But also, before we get into any news here, Yamal on his Instagram story posted this, okay? We are raising, this is what we've done to our children. He's grittying with his own player of the month card, and honestly, you gotta just respect this. You gotta respect this. He's a hardcore Ultimate Team player. He's in FUT Champs already, so he's qualified already, and he's got his own player of the month card grittying with him in Champs. I mean, tip your cap, guys. Yeah, and the title of this video today was everybody getting disconnected at once in FUT Champs today, and obviously, disconnects in FUT Champs are more important than ever because every win matters now more than ever because it's 15 wins. That was a really long way to say that, but it's just, are we surprised for one? And for two, it's kind of what they put this on themselves. Now server problems are going to be amplified because if you have a disconnect in FUT Champs, now it means more. So I just don't get why they do this to themselves. You know your servers are not up to par. You know that. Disconnects are actually better than they were, yeah, 8 years ago. They still happen a lot for a lot of people out there. Happens to me, I'd say maybe once or twice a month. Doesn't happen to me that often, honestly. But for many others, it happens a lot. So why on earth would you make it so that it's more amplified when the server issues happen? That's odd to me. I know you want to, you can't change the whole game based off of the chance you might disconnect once. I mean, it's hard to do that, but when you know your servers are bad and now you make it so disconnects, unfortunately, mean more, it's not going to go over well. The replies down here were all people, just disconnected from the servers and whatever. Yeah, it's tough. And hopefully you guys did not also get that DC if you were playing Weekend League, if you happened to qualify or whatever y'all were doing today. And then we got news that Taram, who we did not see yet in this team, is going to be an SBC, which that's awesome as well. He's very good in game, by the way. If you've not come up against him at all, that man is massive, okay? And in more ways than one, that guy is a fucking monster. So I don't know how expensive he's going to be, but if he's somewhat cheap, I'm completing him. Obviously, he's a Juventus fan. You guys know No, I'm completing them, of course. And then also, side note, we got Paul Pogba will be back in action in 2025 confirmed. If you didn't see this, I'm bringing this up because flashback Paul Pogba will probably happen at some point this year now, and his card will definitely exist in this game at some point. Don't know when he'll come into the game, but he should be back training with Juventus in January, and he'll be allowed to play official matches by March. So it's going to be a while, but he probably won't come into the game. I would think until March when he can actually play games, but we will probably see Pogba in this game this year. And I also tweeted before I read the tweet a little bit further. I tweeted out saying, loading up content, seeing a Team of the Year flashback Paul Pogba SBC, and I started floating to the sky. The problem is I don't think he'll actually come into the game until it seems like that March time when he'll actually play official matches. If I had to guess, that'd be the case. So it would be like tots, or it'd be a while still, but he should be in the game. And then we got this. It is not going to be Payor winning the Liga F Player of the Month. It's going to be Ajibade, who honestly is going to be just as good, if not better. I know there's not Rapid Plus, but she's a very, very good card as well. This will also be an in-demand SBC, plus another winger also is pretty crazy. The blue hair mixed with the card design does look pretty sweet. And I'm pretty sure Payor had like by far the most goals and assists, but also Barcelona women's team, I'm pretty sure just dominate the league so much that they don't want to give it to him every single month to give them a player in the player of the month. I could be wrong about that. I just remember seeing a stat somewhere on Twitter. It was like Payor has it the most by far or something like that, but who cares? She looks like a good guard. And also Sem Stein has won the Eredivisie Player of the Month. We should see him coming up over the weekend or early next week also. I couldn't find a single concept of his card, so I don't know what it could look like, but it probably won't be something crazy. But Stein has won the Eredivisie Player of the Month for September. We also got this pack leak from VUT Scoreboard. 80 plus combo upgrade pack contains 2 rare gold players, one above 80 and one above 75, obviously. But never seen that kind of pack before. I don't really know what to think of that, I guess. I mean, better than a 2 times 75, but not as good as like an 80 by 2, which already was like not good. So I don't know. That pack kind of sucks, but we keep moving on. I could not stop laughing at this clip. Look at Youngmin Son. The dribbling in this game sometimes is so hilariously slow that just take a look at this Sun clip again if you guys missed it. Let me full screen so you get an even better view of it. Look at this. I think he tries the L1 speed boost maybe. Oh my god. Youngmin Son. If you've used Sun, I hope that's not an indictment on Sun. He was so in disbelief. Look, he like stood with the controller for a sec. Look, after this happens, he like stops and stands still for half a second. He's like, I cannot believe what I just witnessed. Like right here. He's like, he's not even playing. He gave up. And it's already 2-2 in the 15th minute. That's kind of funny. But listen, the dribbling this year, I know people want it to be realistic and stuff like that. I definitely understand that. But I think we have to find that balance between fun and realistic here. I think it needs to be a little bit better. I know this is a very extreme clip. It's not like it's like this every time, of course, but I just, you know, maybe it gets easier when the pay to win cards come into play here, when we all have those, but I don't know. It's very, very slow. And Jake Futt trading 100K down since weekend league started. Remember, we haven't even had lightning rounds yet. This is the first major supply of top cards. Look at the market right now, and let's go to players and trending players here, and the whole market is pretty much down, like all of it. Where was Griezmann? 89,500. He's down 20,000. So is Chiesa is down, 30,000 right now. Neymar's down 20,000. Mo Salah's down 25,000. Everybody went down, so I'm really hoping that a lot of you guys sold already. That it would be awesome. We talked about it yesterday a lot, that I think selling is really a good idea right now, and it was. I think that the buyback time looks like it's probably going to be Sunday day, Sunday night, I would guess is probably the best time to buy back. It'll start to rise up again because people need to play a bunch of Rivals games. Then it's going to drop for an hour after rewards and then fly back up again. And then the cycle continues over probably again the whole next weekend. And it goes down even further on the meta cards, the meta gold cards I'm talking, because the supply just keeps going up and up and up on those cards, right? But I still do think if you want like a safe buy for the long term, I think it's hard to find a lot of them, but I still do think it's like icons and heroes right now. I think icons and heroes that are not for sure borderline meta, the ones that are for sure meta. I'm talking, let's maybe look at like an icon. I don't know. How much is like Carlos Alberto? Is he like 1 million coins? Yeah, he's like 1 million coins. So when you have a card that's, is meta, no doubt about it, not necessarily 1 million coins, but it can be like 600K, 700K, that are meta, that we're going to stay in the power curve for a long time. Those are the ones that are probably safe buys. They'll probably even go up over time. But I don't think anything that is going to be like a gold card is safe, really. I don't think any gold cards are safe. Maybe apart from Mbappe. Even him, I don't know if is like for sure safe. So good job though if you're watching daily videos. We've done really well this week, so that is nice. And okay, let's read your comments now. Giuseppe says, EA releasing a 500K SBC SBC after 1 week of full release is crazy. How can casual players with no jobs and no money spent afford these teams? We all know EA will do all they can to try to push people down the FC points route. Our response to EA is kiss my ass. I will struggle and grind with what I've got. If I face stacked teams, I will battle on with the players that I can afford. That's a very good point. Listen, if you're going up against stacked teams and then you get the inclination or the inkling, is that the right word? To want to go and like buy points to get that team, you're falling into EA's trap, right? Go and use players that you have fun with, okay? If you only care about the results, and sure, go play with all the meta players. I always say dictate your own experience, right? Just make sure you're having fun with it first and foremost, okay? If you go 8-7 this weekend league with a team that you loved playing with, but you went 10-5 with a team that you hated every second of, is it that big of a difference? Not enough to make up for the I kind of enjoyed myself or I hated every miserable second of that. Avitz says, hey Jay, so in your opinion, is it more important to choose your formation relative to the ++/+ then? I have Rice and Thirst, both ++ CDMs, trying out the 4-3-3-3 with these two CDMs. Well, you could try that, sure. I think that I would try and do one of two things. Either play a formation that you know you love and then build your whole team around that formation, right? And kind of ignore all the players in your club that you have. Or if you have players in your team that you love, you can build the formation around those players and see how you like it. You can do one of those two things there. Two CDMs might be really good defensively. I mean, it's going to be very good defensively. I know that. You might struggle a little bit more in attacks, so maybe you want to change it, but you can try whatever you want to right now, okay? I think right now, more than ever, if you're not rocking 5-back, it is really personal preference a lot of the time for me. That probably changes over time because we just learn more about the game. But right now, I think you can get away with like using shit that you just find enjoyable / good. I would say, the question being like, do I choose my formation relative to my players' roles ++s? Just however you end up figuring out your team, just make sure you have like majority pluses and then have like 3, 4, 5 pluses in your team, because that will for sure make your AI significantly better. And I need good AI myself. Maybe you don't need as much, you player lock a lot or whatever, but however you form your team, make sure that the roles are good, because I think that's really, really important actually from what I've, played of the game so far. And then John Cosimo says, I am going 5 at the back with no shame. I have a 100k squad, and in Div 2, I always face N tier meta cards. My Tadibo, Tamori, Gomez have to play all 3 together to make a Saliba or a Virgil. So yeah, 5-1-2-1-2, and I don't care, and you cannot stop me. Ha ha ha, laughing maniacally. What a sad year to be broke. And then Manuel replies, you're weird. Listen, John, I can't blame you, all right? If you're in Div 2 going up against 5-backs all the time, and your mentality ends up, my team's not as good, so can't beat him, join him. Your thought process was logical to get there. I'm honestly asking for you to be not logical here and just enjoy yourself, okay? And maybe you do. Maybe you play the 5-back and then you win, and then you have just as much fun as you would have had if you don't use the 5-back at 1, too. You might just have fun winning the end result, and that is it. And that's fine. I personally, that's probably not how I would do it, but your logic makes sense, and this is how 5 at the back becomes meta. It becomes a, can't beat him, join him situation. People get tired of playing against it. They want to be the good guy, and then they can't take it anymore. But thank you, John, for your comment. You've been around for a long time. I appreciate all your comments. We get so many every day, and my favorite thing to do every day is read them. Hope you guys are having a good weekend league. I love you all. See you soon. Peace.